Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we're gonna talk about black burger buns and how to make them in two different easy ways. Let's get started. For the first bun, we're gonna use 300 milliliters or 1¼ cups of lukewarm water and 8 grams of one of these little packs of Cuttlefish Ink. If you want it to be more dark, you can easily use 2 packs, but it's not really necessary. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to show you 2 different ways on how to make black buns. The main recipe of the bun is completely identical. The only difference is the way how we color them. For our dry ingredients, we're going to use 10 grams or half a tablespoon of salt, 5 grams or 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, 500 grams or 4 cups of flour, and 7 grams or half a tablespoon of yeast. First, you're going to put the flour through a strainer and make sure that there are no crumbs inside. Next, we're going to add all the other dry ingredients, which is the salt, the sugar, and the yeast. Be careful when you move the yeast and don't make such a mess as I did. And after we recover from that little incident, we're going to place the leftover yeast in the bowl and gonna mix all the dry ingredients together. And after we mixed everything together, we're going to add our colored water to the mixture. You can pre-mix it a little bit with a spatula if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. After we did that, we're gonna place the bowl in our stand mixer and let it run for around 2 to 3 minutes, and make sure you use the dough hook attachment for that. Then after around 2 minutes, when the dough has a nice consistency, you're going to add 10 grams or 2/3 of a tablespoon unsalted softened butter to the mixture and let it run for another 10 minutes and start to clap around your countertop, and then you're gonna slap around the machine, and as soon as you run out of things to clap on, you walk out of the shot and let it run until it's done. Then after 10 minutes, the dough should have a nice consistency, and you're gonna turn off the machine, remove the hook, and just shape the dough to a nice round ball and place it into a lightly greased bowl. Probably use a little bit less oil than I did right here. And now you're going to place the dough inside that bowl, toss it around a little bit just to make sure that the oil is evenly coated. And then you're going to place some plastic wrap on top of the bowl and let it sit for 30 minutes or until it doubles in size. And during that time, I'm gonna show you guys how to make the second batch of our black colored buns, which is pretty much the same process, just the food coloring is different. For the second batch, we're using again 300 milliliters or 1/4 cup of lukewarm water. And we're also gonna add 10 grams of food safe activated charcoal. Make sure you're going to stir it up together nicely and then there are no crumbs inside the liquid. Now, doing the same thing as before, we're going to add 500 grams or 4 cups of flour, 10 grams or half a tablespoon of salt, 5 grams or 1¼ teaspoons of sugar, and 7 grams or half a tablespoon of dried yeast. Again, make sure you don't spill any yeast. Then, after mixing all our dry ingredients together with the whisk, we're going to add our black water. And now, exactly the same drill as before, we're gonna place the dough inside our stand mixer, let it run for around 2 minutes, gonna add the softened butter and then let it run for another 10 minutes. Just let it run until you have a nicely formed dough. And now, same thing as before, we're gonna remove the dough out of the bowl, put it into a lightly greased bowl, gonna cover it with some plastic wrap for around 30 minutes or until it doubles in size. I usually recommend using plastic wrap, but you can also use a damp kitchen towel and just put it on a warmer place so the dough can actually rise nicely. And now after 30 minutes, both of our doughs should have been almost doubled in size, and give them a slap, just punch them, let all the aggressions out, and place it on a lightly floured surface, and gonna cut them into 3 pieces in my case, because I want to make some bigger buns with around 130 grams, but if you want smaller ones, you can use 80 grams for 1 bun. They should be nice. Then just make sure that all 3 buns have around the same size, and then we're gonna form them. What you're gonna do, you're gonna put the outer part into the middle, go once around the whole bun. After you have done that, you should have a nice ball, and you're gonna place it on the kitchen surface and form it with the back of your hand with circular motions, as you can see here, and that should give you a nicely formed ball. Then you're going to place them on a baking sheet covered with some parchment paper, and you can form them a little bit more with a tart ring. Don't necessarily have to. Just press them down a little bit to make them a little flatter so you have a bigger bun. Keep in mind the bun will grow bigger during baking, so form them a little bit smaller than your desired size. Then after that we're gonna cover them again with some plastic wrap and put them aside. Plastic wrap just to make sure that they don't dry out, and then we're going to form our charcoal buns as well. And again, it's pretty much the same process. You take them out of the bowl, give them a little slap to get some air out. After that, you're gonna place them on a lightly floured surface, roll it out into sausage-like form, and gonna cut them into 3 buns. If you want bigger buns, you can make 80-gram buns. If you want them smaller, go once around the whole bun, form them with the back of your hand to make a nice round ball, and then back to the baking sheet, form them with a tart ring, and we should be ready to let them rise for another 45 minutes. Cover them again with some plastic wrap and make sure that the buns don't touch the plastic wrap, otherwise they might actually ruin the bun. So now after 45 minutes our buns should have been nice, round, puffy. They were a little bit big to be honest, and you can poke the little hole there and then just put some cream, heavy cream on it. If you want sesame on it, the heavy cream will give it a nice shine. If you don't want that, you can also sprinkle some flour on it, which will give a really nice, like more rustic look to it. Now we're ready to bake our buns. I recommend to bake them for around 15 minutes by 410 degrees Fahrenheit or 210 degrees Celsius. Then take them out of the oven and place them on a cooling rack, and then you can enjoy our homemade black burger buns with no artificial coloring. Now as a little bonus, I want to show you how to make a fancy black burger bun, which is covered with 24 karat gold, which you can get pretty cheap on Amazon to be honest. You're gonna place a little bit of oil on the bun, and then you're gonna put the 24 karat gold on top of that oil. Thanks so much for watching the video, and see you guys next week with new recipes.